Hello everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, police are looking for answers after a woman's body was found in Southwest Harbor.
Plus, moose hunters are excited to get back in the woods following the return of the annual moose lottery.
And a local woman has created a special shuttle service to help people take in the views of Cadillac Mountain.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us on this Monday morning. We'll have all the day's news coming up. But first, we're going to check the forecast. Boy, it was nice over the weekend.
Yes.
The return of sunshine felt really great. I saw people everywhere was packed. Everybody was going out to enjoy it.
Right.
Looks like today we'll get another taste of that. It will be sunny and warm. Well, not wicked sunny, but we'll see some sunshine today. And then the rain returns.
Right. Not necessarily a beach day warm, though. It's not quite warm enough yet for me to go to the ocean.
You go swimming in the winter. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. I was speaking for other people.
She goes down to Castine in like January and jumps in. So.
That's for mental health reasons.
Yeah.
If I feel like I'm going insane, go jump in the ocean. But
right.
Chilling on the beach, that's a whole other thing.
That's true. I'll give you that.
Okay, let's check in with meteorologist Evan Biggs.
Artie, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices. With locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. We're going to get things started out there this morning. Just a few clouds that are developing out there, but otherwise we're staying nice and dry for the time being. We will be watching for chances for rain coming up later on tonight into the daytime. Tomorrow, of course, we can use the rain, of course. It's developing off toward the west now. It'll leave us alone today. There's a small area of high pressure right about in here. It's going to be tracking off towards the north and east today, so I think we'll stay dry today, but later on tonight we'll have an opportunity for a little bit of rain on the way. So futurecast for today, a partly cloudy sky will be expected. I think any showers will hold off. Once we head towards your Tuesday morning, and we'll be watching for chances for rain that will develop as Tuesday morning approaches. As for the wind, not too bad though, at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. We'll start seeing the winds pick up a little bit more for you Tuesday as that area of low pressure continues to get a little bit closer. So your forecast for today, lower 80s and a partly cloudy sky, and that south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. For tonight, middle 50s, mostly cloudy, areas of dense fog on the way, and that south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 60s, some morning fog, showers, and also breezy. That southeast wind getting up to around 25 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a mostly cloudy sky, even partly cloudy during the afternoon period. Temperatures in the 70s and 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. An autopsy will be conducted this morning to determine what caused the death of a woman in Southwest Harbor. It was a little after 11:30 Sunday morning when someone spotted the woman's body in a ditch along Main Street. What caused her death is still a mystery. Police shut down Main Street and rerouted traffic while investigators collected evidence and documented the scene. The State Police Major Crimes Unit was among those on scene investigating. Authorities are now asking if anyone saw anything suspicious in the area of Main Street on Saturday night or Sunday morning to call the Maine State Police at 973-3700.
A tanker truck rolled over in Hamden yesterday, releasing hazardous chemicals onto the street. Around 6:30 a.m., the Hamden Fire Department was alerted that a fuel truck containing hazardous materials and gasoline had rolled over along Carmel Road North in Hamden. Lieutenant Chris Leopold with the Hamden Fire Department said after arriving on the scene, they began to offload the affected truck and isolate the spill. The road was blocked off for several hours.
Approximately anywhere from 500 to 1,000 gallons of gas was released onto the side of the road with the tank leaking in other compartments.
According to Leopold, they received mutual aid from local stations, including Herman and Newburgh fire departments. The regional response hazmat team, which is staffed by Orono Fire Department, was also on scene. No injuries were reported from the incident, and officials say there is no hazard to the community at this point. The cause of the crash is currently under investigation.
Well, according to Maine's Department of Environmental Protection, the state's air quality forecast lists a reading of good to moderate in the coming days. This as other parts of the Northeast have been plagued by hazardous pollutants in the air. A.J. Douglas spoke to our meteorologist Jeff Weller to learn how Maine managed to avoid the toxic plumes.
This past week, we saw shocking photos of New York City covered in a thick orange hazy smoke as a result of the historic Canadian wildfires. Canadian authorities report that hundreds of wildfires have sparked in the country's dense forestry.
Pictures are incredible, right? Coming out of Philadelphia, New York, the hazy orange sky where the pollutants are just so incredibly dense. it changes the color of the atmosphere.
Many Mainers have wondered how the Pine Tree State has managed to avoid harsh gases and smoke, as Maine's geography places the state in a much closer proximity. Weller says the weather has played a major role.
Maine has been the exception because for a week now, we've had an area of low pressure kind of spinning right overhead. And what that does is it produces clouds and some rain showers, also some wind. Right? The poor air quality has been kind of pushed off a bit to our south and west.
Weller warns that Mainers are not completely out of the woods just yet, as it is still fire season.
We have low pressure right over the Gulf of Maine right now, right? The air around that spins counterclockwise. So it's pushing, if we're right here, it's kind of pushing the pollutants just to our west and south. And it's hitting Boston, New York, Philadelphia, and Washington. If that changes just a slight amount, that poor air quality could lift back into Maine. And quite frankly, I imagine it's going to at some point again this summer.
People are encouraged to visit Maine's Department of Environmental Protection to check daily air quality forecasts. In studio, AJ Douglas for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Oftentimes, when we report on stories about fires in your local community, we will mention the neighboring towns that provide vital mutual aid services in an effort to de-escalate dangerous flames as quickly as possible. Now, some Maine firefighters will be taking that mutual aid to our neighbors to the north. The Northeastern Forest Fire Protection Commission, or Northeast Compact, is a group of forest fire specialists from 7 states in the Northeast, including Maine, 5 Canadian provinces, and 4 federal agencies. They banded together back in 1949 to fight fires. Now, some Maine firefighters are traveling to Canada to add to the forces already fighting the wildfires raging there.
It's a kind of a very fluid situation. They probably will be calling for more crews in the future, and we'll just take a kind of a head count and see what we have available for resources and help them if we can.
So they go up, and it's true that wildfires, you don't just go up and deal with it for 8 hours and go home and it's all taken care of. These burn for days. They burn very deep into the soils or the leaf litter, and they're very hard to put out.
The Compact currently has 1 crew in Nova Scotia and 1 crew that includes 2 Maine forest fires headed to northern Quebec. It's expected that these crews will work in the affected areas for about 2 weeks at a time before being replaced by rested fire crews.
Well, on Friday, legislators on the Joint Standing Judiciary Committee voted to advance a controversial bill to extend the time frame for abortion services. The Judiciary Committee held a public hearing where roughly 1,000 Mainers lined up to make their voices heard on that proposed legislation. LD 1619, an act to improve Maine's reproductive privacy laws, allows a licensed health professional to determine whether an abortion is necessary beyond viability in cases where a doctor deems these actions will preserve the life or health of the mother. Opposing committee members have called the bill fluid, saying it lacks clear guidelines.
I think it's a very broad bill. I don't think there are parameters in there to protect whether you're talking about an unborn child or even a mother having to make that decision. There are no boundaries for doctors. Something of this nature, I think, deserves a lot more consideration.
Following a party line committee vote, legislators decided to push forward the amended version of the bill, which also requires a 10-day reporting period to the Department of Health and Human Services after an abortion has been performed. Poyer says she hopes additional provisions are added as the bill makes its way through the legislative process.
The first ever Together Place neighborhood fair was held at Co Park on Sunday as community members brought new ideas on how to improve the Bangor area. Our Grace Blanchard has the story.
Members of the Bangor community took to Co Park for a fun day of events in an effort to generate ideas on how to improve this area of the city.
And in our area of Maine, eastern Maine, we face a lot of challenges in kind of a concentrated geography, and we want to get ideas for how to work together on the whole range of things.
Executive Director for Together Place Peer Run Recovery Center, Sean Fairclough, says the event was created in partnership with Wabanaki Public Health and Wellness, alongside Food and Medicine, to find innovative ways to improve the area between Talbot and Co Park. They collected anonymous suggestions throughout the day as community members took part in several events, including a book raffle highlighting local authors.
There's so much fun happening here today, and great things don't happen in your community unless you interact, unless you engage.
Emma G. Rose, a local author and owner of Imperative Press Books in Hamden, says areas like this deserve more love and attention. Many of the events focused on new artistic ways people can get involved in the community, such as live combat demonstrations. The events went on until 2 p.m. and generated a large community turnout. Organizers say they hope events like this will give more love to an area of Bangor that needs it. In Bangor, Grace Blanchard, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, meanwhile, the annual Moose Lottery returned for the second time since the start of the pandemic on Saturday. Our David Ledford spoke with festival goers about what it means to the community.
Wish you good luck and happy hunting.
The Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife held the annual Maine Moose Permit Lottery drawing and festival at Mill Park in Augusta. Hunters showed up for the chance to win a permit that will allow them to bring home one moose this hunting season. One of the early winners of the drawing said he was excited to finally hear his name called after waiting for years.
It's been a long time coming. I've put in nearly 20 years and never drawn my own permit, so it's really nice. A big relief really right now, and I'm very happy. And, I think the IFNW does an outstanding job.
Members of the department say that the history of the drawing dates back more than 40 years and that it also serves an important purpose.
We have a regulated moose hunt in Maine, and it is one of the most important ways that we manage our moose populations at a healthy level. And because it is very regulated, we adjust our permits that we're distributing each year based around the science of how our population is looking.
In addition to the drawing, Mainers came out for the food vendors, a variety of entertainment options, and a monster truck. Some say the day isn't just for hunters, but for everyone.
We've had family get drawn in the past, and it's just a real fun hunt to be on. The kids get involved, and it's fun for the whole family. They make it a real fun event with all the vendors and guides, and it's just a nice organization for the whole community.
Next year's drawing will be held in Fort Kent. Visit mefishwildlife.com for a full list of permit winners. In Augusta, David Ledford, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Awesome. I like that it was in a central place like Augusta as well this year.
And they turned it into a big event.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love to see it. All right, the time now is 8:12. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, they were rocking around the clock in Bangor to help raise money for Special Olympics. We'll join the fun.
But first, another check of our weather forecast. Looks like a nice day today. It will be partly cloudy with highs up near 80 degrees. It'll be foggy and cloudy overnight with lows in the mid-50s. Tomorrow, much cooler than today. We can expect some showers moving in. The high on Tuesday, around 63.
Are you considering buying a new home? A home inspection is a major step in the home buying process. Knowing the current condition of your future home is very important. From simple DIY repairs to major issues that could cost thousands down the road. Not only can TJ inspect your property, but he is also a licensed contractor. Give him a call today at 210-5000 for a free inspection quote.
No matter what type of dog you have or cat you have, Frontline Plus lets you take them everywhere, no matter how you define it. Frontline, the #1 name in flea and tick protection.
How white do you think your teeth really are? Let's try the tissue test. Oof, still yellow. Whitening toothpaste can only do so much.
There's Toothpaste White and there's Crest 3D White Strips White. They whiten like a $400 professional treatment.
So much whiter.
Crest.
Want a smarter way to mop? Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop. An all-in-one cleaning tool with hundreds of scrubbing strips that absorb and lock dirt away for a mop and bucket clean in half the time. Mop smarter with the new Swiffer Power Mop.
Sketch, Forrest! Sketch!
Pictionary. My daddy, he liked Pictionary. He liked Pictionary shrimp, Pictionary shrimp.
Pencil us in every weekday
on Fox 22.
When it comes to the feud,
name a way a woman might say she likes her men and her cheese.
You either nail it,
Sharp,
spicy, or fail it.
full of adventure.
When you're at the grocery store, you want to find some adventurous cheese running around the dairy section.
Family Feud.
Where are you going? Stop all this adventure.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
Welcome back, everyone. Bangor's classic rock station tuned in to listeners Friday, bringing back a day-long fundraising event that had people calling in from all over the state. Our David Ledford got a behind-the-scenes look in the studio to see how it all came together.
I-95, Bangor's classic rock.
This is literally the thing that we look forward to the most every year. The minute it ends, we start thinking about, it's going to be so much fun next year.
While they're usually sending out rock hits over the airwaves, this Friday, the I-95 team brought back their Request-a-thon in support of the Special Olympics.
Radio hosts turned over total control of the station to the listeners. For a suggested donation of $5, the crew plays a classic rock and roll song of your choice. For a higher price, they'll play anything you can throw at them.
We're throwing the whole format out the window, essentially. So we'll play anything rock. We've already played some, I think, bagpipe music earlier today. We've played something from Wayne's World. We've played TV themes. Pretty much anything that anybody wants to hear.
Donate. Yes!
Special Olympics Maine offers sports training and athletic competition for children and adults with intellectual disabilities. Last year, the Request-a-thon raised more than $4,000 for the group. Law enforcement officers stopped by the station in support of the non-stop 13-hour event, calling for listeners who can't donate their money to donate their time.
It's something they look forward to the entire year. This one weekend will be burned in their memories, and if it's something that you can contribute to, volunteer your time, donate, things like that, it's worth it to them, and it makes a big difference and a big impact on their life. Directly to benefit the Special Olympics.
To learn more about the Special Olympics, visit somaine.org. In Brewer, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The town of Searsport is considering the possibility of cruise ships docking on their shores, but opinions are split on whether or not it'll actually benefit the town. A town meeting on the matter was led by town manager James Gilway and Cruise Maine executive director Sarah Flink, with more than 80 townspeople in attendance. The split opinion isn't specifically business owners versus residents. Rather, it centers on whether the ships will bring in revenue for the small mid-coast town, or if Searsport will just be a place to leave the cruise ship while they transport those people to other towns in the area. Some are worried about the town being exploited by a big company.
What is the negotiation between, these vessels and the town or Maine or, there must be a money trail here. So who's getting the money?
We're a busy street no matter, and we don't even have buses.
We have capacity, but people are going to want to go and explore the region. I'm hoping to see people go to Bucksport and to Fort Knox and the observatory.
There's no plan yet to have an official vote on the matter, but meetings will continue to take place to determine if cruise ships are a good thing for the town.
We'll have to wait and see what happens there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm sure there's opinions all across the spectrum.
Yeah. Hey, it's a good Monday morning when the boss brings in donuts.
Yeah.
It's kind of hiding here. My half-eaten donut right there. But
thank you,
Mike.
Over there too. Thank you, Mike. My fingers are all sugary
now.
I know. Okay, well, the time now is 8:18. After the break, a new Cadillac Mountain Shuttle service has been started in Bar Harbor by a local.
We'll get the details on that and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Motorcycle accidents happen fast.
The bike was totaled. I was seriously hurt.
I needed someone with a track record of helping injured bikers.
If you've been injured in a motorcycle accident, you're going to need everything you are entitled to. Find out what your case may really be worth.
They got me way more than I thought I'd get.
Every dollar I deserve.
And there was no fee until they won my case.
They really do mean business.
Problem solved.
The law offices of Joe Bornstein. Maine lawyers working for Maine people.
Wherever you are, whether you're ready or not, it's coming. With a purpose, with persistence, with the power to change the way you live. So you don't have to change the way you live. Generac automatic standby generators. Control your power, control your life. Visit Generac.com.
Since 1950, Fairhaven Camps, located in Brooks, Maine, has provided quality Christian summer camping experiences to young people from Maine and beyond. At Fairhaven Camps, we empower youth from ages 6 through 17 to seek the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Fairhaven Camps offers day or overnight camps as well as horsemanship and wilderness camps. Fairhaven Camps is now hiring for summer staff and accepting registration for campers. To sign up, apply, or donate, please visit www.fairhavencamps.org or call us today.
These bakers investigate a kitchen for clues and must recreate its mystery dessert.
This is my kind of cake.
So good.
Crime Scene Kitchen, tonight at 9 on Fox.
What's old is new again in the town of Millbridge.
It's just sort of the heartbeat of the town. And everybody went to the movies.
We'll take a look at the movie magic unfolding at the new Millbridge Theater and Community Arts Center. Tuesday on Fox 22, News at 10.
A new shuttle service has opened in Bar Harbor after a local decided to help others experience the beauty of Cadillac Mountain. Our Grace Blanchard has the story.
Basically hiked Acadia and thought about this plan and then eventually wrote it down, and here I am 2 years later.
Ellen Finn has been a Bar Harbor resident for over 30 years. After seeing a need for visitors and locals to find a ride to the top of Cadillac Mountain, she decided to take matters into her own hands with a new business opportunity.
You know, a nice day and a sunset, you'd want to just go in the park and see the sunset. But when the park started the reservation system, you couldn't do that anymore.
Acadia National Park changed their reservation system in 2021, requiring advanced vehicle reservations to access the Cadillac Summit Road. Finn's new service offers first-come, first-served shuttle rides to and from the summit all day long on a Sprinter van she calls Bessie.
Basically driving up the mountain sunrise to sunset every hour with a midday break. I leave Bar Harbor at the top of the hour. I drive up to the summit, drop off there, and then pick up folks at the top at the half hour.
Finn says that reservation systems like this are happening at national parks all across the country.
I knew it was going to happen here eventually, but when it did, I said, you know, I want to be the first person to get that shuttle running.
Cadillac Mountain draws in a significant amount of tourism and has been called the gem of Acadia.
You know, there's places of power all around the world, and I think Cadillac is one of those places for sure.
The shuttle can fit over 15 people at a time and is dog-friendly. Finn says she hopes to do her part to make local and visitors' experiences in Acadia simple and easy. In Bar Harbor, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Found a way to create some more smiles down there.
Yeah, that pickup and drop-off location is right across the street from where I used to live. It's a great central location.
Yep.
Very convenient. Time now is 8:23.
Let's get a full look at our weather forecast.
Alrighty, here you go. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices. With locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, here we go. Let's talk about the wave heights here. Nothing too much going on here. No advisories in effect along the coast or for the entire state of Maine. Wave heights looking pretty good at around 2 feet. They'll pretty much stay relaxed today. Water temperature still a little cool out there as well. I know today will be a nice day to do things outside. Be careful though if you're going to be near the ocean again, as the water temperatures are remaining rather chilly as we proceed forward. Otherwise, though, here's a look at the radar. So again, we have some clouds that are developing out there this morning. We have an area of high pressure kind of parked right overhead, helping to keep some of those clouds away. We'll be watching for those clouds to move in later on today. To parts of tonight, we have an area of low pressure located right about in here. It's going to be tracking from the southwest going to the north and east. That'll give us some rain showers and even a few rumbles of thunder later on to the forecast period. Pretty much starting Tuesday morning, we'll have chances for rain on the way. So for today, though, partly cloudy sky will be the general idea. Looking pretty good as we head towards the evening hours tonight as well. By Tuesday morning, chances for rain start to move in. Some showers and even a few rumbles of thunder cannot be ruled out with this as well. We definitely do need the rain, so we'll definitely keep that rolling as we do proceed forward into Tuesday evening too, with a few leftover scattered showers by that point. The ones we head towards Wednesday, that backs off just a little bit. UV index forecast for today, central dry will be at an 8. That's very high. A burn time of 15 minutes. So hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, shade will be necessary to avoid a bad sunburn. Let's talk about temperatures. We haven't talked about this in a while, right? We had a nice warm stretch in early June, then we really cooled off for the last several days. Then as we went towards Sunday, we were actually above normal at around the upper 70s. So average high temperature is now 74 degrees, lower 80s today. We cool off Tuesday into Wednesday into the 60s and 70s, with rain now will be on the way as well. And temperatures remain rather consistent after today in the 60s and also some 70s. So overall, not too bad, near to slightly below average temperatures expected after today. Dew points will be up just a bit, though, in the upper 50s to lower 60s for the most part, though. So you might notice that just a little bit, though, but nothing too extreme moving forward there. So your forecast for today, lower 80s and a partly cloudy sky, and at south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. By tonight, middle 50s, mostly cloudy. Some areas of dense fog may develop, and at south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 60s, some morning fog on the way, showers and also breezy out there. Southeast wind at around 25 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. There is a chances for rain as we head towards a Tuesday with highs in the upper 60s. Showers and thunderstorms possible Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Temperatures overall in the 60s and 70s, except for today, will be in the lower 80s.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Who has the best kept secret in Penobscot County?
We do!
Welcome to Maple Lane Farms, a fifth-generation family farm that's committed to providing you with the best quality products. Our farm-raised local and sustainable meat is flash frozen to lock in the freshness and natural flavors. Experience the top-notch quality of our meat that's naturally raised without any antibiotics or hormones. Get the best of both worlds, quality and affordability. Try Maple Lane Farms today, the candy store for the carnivore.
Toyota trains certified technicians. Is that important?
Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you?
No.
Of course not.
Not again.
Get your Toyota ready for that summer road trip. See your New England Toyota dealer for great service offers to help keep your Toyota dependable and fuel efficient all summer long. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
Spend an evening with James Taylor and his all-star band. The American icon is back on tour, June 27th at Maine Savings Amphitheater. The multiple Grammy Award-winning James Taylor and a night full of his biggest hits.
Tickets on sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com.
Spend the night with a friend, James Taylor.
A part of Interstate I-95 in northeast Philadelphia collapses. It happened early Sunday morning. Not many details have been released by police on this incident, and there are no words on injuries yet. But authorities say a tanker truck caught fire underneath the overpass before the collapse. Right now, all lanes in both directions are shut down, and police are urging drivers to avoid the area. I-95 will remain closed until further notice.
Former President Donald Trump is preparing to face a federal judge and enter his plea in the Mar-a-Lago records investigation. Trump's court appearance tomorrow follows a whirlwind weekend of campaigning in which Trump told supporters he's not leaving the 2024 presidential race, even if he's convicted. ABC's Justin Finch is in Miami with the latest ahead of Trump's arraignment.
This morning, security ramping up in downtown Miami. The Secret Service already surveilling near the federal courthouse where former President Donald Trump is set to formally face charges alleging he mishandled classified records and obstructed government efforts to get them back.
You get indicted over nothing. You get indicted over the Presidential Records Act, which they don't even admit. They call it the Espionage Act.
Trump, now the first current or former American president to face federal criminal charges, and to do so while campaigning for another term.
If even half of it is true, then he's toast. It's a very detailed indictment.
and it's very, very damning.
Trump insisting he's done nothing wrong and that he will never leave the 2024 race. A new ABC News Ipsos poll finds nearly half of Americans polled think Trump should have been charged in the records probe, and nearly the same number think the charges are politically motivated.
Most Republicans believe that the law is used as a weapon against Donald Trump.
Former President Trump has no one to blame but himself for being federally criminally indicted.
The sweeping 49-page indictment quotes Trump's own words from his 2016 campaign.
I'm going to enforce all laws concerning the protection of classified information. No one will be above the law.
But the indictment from special counsel Jack Smith alleges Trump refused to return national defense records, with some allegedly found improperly stored in a ballroom, a storage room, and a bathroom at Trump's Florida estate.
Our laws that protect national defense information are critical to the safety and security of the United States, and they must be enforced.
Trump aide Walt Nauta is also facing indictment in the records probe, and the former president is due in federal court tomorrow.
The intense heat in the UK took a toll during a royal parade practice. At least 3 British Royal Guardsmen collapsed during a military parade rehearsal led by Prince William in London on Saturday. Emergency personnel rushed to their side with stretchers as the rehearsal continued. One guard was escorted off the site while 2 others needed to be carried away. The procession at Horse Guards Parade, named Colonel's Review, is the final evaluation before it gets showcased before the King during the trooping of the color on June 17th. Prince William took to Twitter to thank all the soldiers who took part during the difficult conditions. Sounds like they need some outfits that aren't wool jackets for the 100-degree weather.
Yeah, big old hats and things like that. So.
Maybe an outfit change would be helpful. Okay, still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll hear from some attendees of this past weekend's Belfast Pride Parade on what the event means to them.
We'll have that and more when we come back.
Who likes to drink good coffee? At Carabassa Coffee Company, we roast premium quality coffee beans from all over the world. Roasted to perfection in small batches, our coffee is always fresh. We offer a large selection, including our specialty blends, organics, single origins, decaf, and flavor. Whether you like light, medium, or dark roasts, we have coffee to suit every taste. We offer flat rate shipping for online orders, and we ship fast. Carabassa Coffee Company. Drink good coffee.
They've got the sharpest pencil in town. Have they just sit around that showroom figuring deals and whittling that old pencil down? They know that if you buy once, you're gonna be back. So instead of buying one, you're buying 2, and that's a fact. They've got the sharpest pencil in town.
So come on down, neighbor. The coffee pot's on.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Monday, June 12th, 2023. It's also World Day Against Child Labor.
The World Day Against Child Labor is held to raise awareness and to prompt action to stop child labor in all its forms. Supporters work year-round to see that children everywhere are not working in fields, factories, or even worse places. It's estimated that between 215 and 220 million children are working full-time instead of being in school or on the playground. I think that brings up an important point to try to buy fair trade or locally if you can, because you never know where the ingredients or aspects of what you're buying come from and who did the labor to get that here.
Yeah, there's still word of sweatshops, that kind of thing, all around the world.
Oh, so, yeah. Right.
Do a little investigating.
Right.
On this day in history, back in 1839, Abner Doubleday created the game of baseball in Cooperstown, New York. In 1967, state laws that prohibited interracial marriages were ruled unconstitutional by the U.S. Supreme Court. In 1987, President Ronald Reagan, publicly challenged his Soviet counterpart to tear down the Berlin Wall, a very famous speech. And in 2009, the U.S. made the switch from analog television to digital.
My parents still have the TV that they bought because of that.
Well, now you might as well hang on to it. It might be like a nice, valuable antique at some point because everybody's been throwing theirs away. But
I don't know about that.
You never know.
Yeah,
you never know.
Yeah, I say holding on to things is not something we want to continue to do.
No,
yeah, it's a cleaning out phase. Yeah. All right, today's birthdays include longtime sportscaster Marv Albert. He's 82 years old. Actor Timothy Busfield is 66. And importantly, this is also the birthday of Anne Frank. She became a haunting symbol of the Holocaust following the publishing of her diary that detailed her family's lives while hiding from the Nazis during World War II. Frank was born on this date in 1929. And I read that book when I was about her age. I'm not sure if she ever mentioned her birthday because she kept the diary for a couple years. They were in hiding for a while before they got sent away. But that's interesting. It's something that you should reread as you go on because it's applicable to all ages.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, as far as the weather goes, sun's coming out today.
I'm okay with that. It's going to be warm if you have the day off. Maybe even go to the beach or something. It's going to be around 80 today.
Good call.
Yeah.
I may just have to after we get out of here.
There you go.
Maybe.
Go for a little swim.
Maybe. Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices. With locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. We're going to get things started out there this morning. Just a few clouds that are developing out there, but otherwise we're staying nice and dry for the time being. We will be watching for chances for rain coming up later on tonight into the daytime. Tomorrow, of course, we can use the rain, of course. It's developing off toward the west now. It'll leave us alone today. There's a small area of high pressure right about in here. It's going to be tracking off towards the north and east today, so I think we'll stay dry today, but later on tonight we'll have an opportunity for a little bit of rain on the way. So futurecast for today, a partly cloudy sky will be expected. I think any showers will hold off. Once we head towards your Tuesday morning, and we'll be watching for chances for rain that will develop as Tuesday morning approaches. As for the wind, not too bad though, at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. We'll start seeing the winds pick up a little bit more for you Tuesday as that area of low pressure continues to get a little bit closer. So your forecast for today, lower 80s and a partly cloudy sky, and that south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. For tonight, middle 50s, mostly cloudy, areas of dense fog on the way, and that south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 60s, some morning fog, showers, and also breezy. That southeast wind getting up to around 25 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a mostly cloudy sky, even partly cloudy during the afternoon period. Temperatures in the 70s and 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. Belfast held its Pride Parade on Saturday, organized by the Belfast Area High School's Gender and Sexuality Alliance Group. We spoke with a few folks about what the event meant to them.
See so much support from the community, to see people just coming out and just being so friendly and just showing so much support. It means so much to us.
Great community. Things have changed so much for the better in the last so many years.
There's a lot more support in this state for open love and happiness than a lot of people give it credit for.
It's tough to stick to your principles sometimes, but you really have to push through, and this is the result.
The parade was followed by a celebration in Heritage Park where people gathered to dance, listen to music, and to get to know each other. The event was sponsored by the Belfast Community Co-op. To learn more about upcoming events, you can visit Belfast Visit Our Town. What is it? visitourtownbelfast.org. That's it.
Awesome. There's all sorts of Pride stuff going on around the state this month. I know Bangor, I think, and
I believe
Bucksport.
that's coming up this Saturday in
Right.
Bangor, and I know Ellsworth has been having one too. I'm not sure if they had it yet or not.
That was yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. So it's nice because Bar Harbor did stuff all weekend, and so did Ellsworth. So you could go from one to the other. So something for everybody. All right, still to come here this morning, Ryan Sudol will have the latest with sports.
We'll also be hearing about a special theater camp. Don't go away.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Bath remodeling was revolutionized in this garage in 1984 when three brothers created the iconic bath fitter tub-over-tub process. A breakthrough then, the industry standard now, for beautiful baths without the mess, stress, or high cost. A better way from bath fitter means precise measurement, the highest quality acrylic, perfect preparation, and watertight installation backed by a lifetime warranty. Bath fitter, it just fits. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Talk about everything. I think I'm having my first hot flash.
I feel so honored.
It's everybody's show. It's sunshine on TV.
You're really listening to me. Forgive me if I cry.
Don't start. You are capable of change. I don't want to keep things on the surface. I want to go deep, but man, I need to laugh.
Drew, weekdays at 11 on Fox 22.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
This is Sheldon Cooper's theory of relativity.
Young Sheldon 5 times a week
on Fox 22.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's begin with one of the biggest events in the region, period. On Saturday, Bangor was the host to the 76th Annual New England Track and Field Championships. Let's check out some highlights. Hundreds of athletes from all over New England converging on Cameron Stadium for this great event. Let's start with the boys' 3,200-meter race, which featured Hamden Academy's Charlie Collins. The UMaine commit already finished fourth in the 1,600 earlier in the day, but couldn't quite replicate it in this one. He ends up finishing 18th in his second and final race of the day. But for Collins, today was already a dream come true because of where he raced and who he raced in front of.
I started asking people to come to this meet before states, and luckily a lot of them showed up, and I can't thank them enough for that. To spend their day right before graduation, most of my friends supporting me and my family here, all of them, is something I've dreamed of.
Now to the girls' 3,200. Orono superstar Ruth White, the headliner, looking for her first New England track title, and boy, she didn't disappoint. White led all 8 laps of this race and increased her lead each time around. She ends up winning the 32 New England title with a personal best 10:30.49, 17 seconds ahead of the competition. She felt support from all over Saturday, literally, and to win as a Mainer in Maine was an added bonus.
It means so much. It means so much. There's so many people from all the states supporting me, and from our state too. Like Kara Drake was there every lap, and Tian Ewing. Just to have the other competitors too, and just the community. It means so much to be able to do it and represent Maine.
Okay, and now let's look at some top 5 finishers at New England's from our local area. Emma Burr from MCI was number 5 in the girls' 100-meter hurdles. Miles Burr from MDI was second in the boys' 100, 200, and 400. As you just saw, Hamden Academy's Charlie Collins, number 4 in the 1600. Ruth White, number 1 in the girls' 3,200 and 4 in the 1600. And congratulations to Anna Connors from Bangor, winning New England's at 400 in her home stadium and also finishing second in the 200. Billy Albertson from Skowhegan, number 2 in the boys' long jump. Corbin Fleewelling from Old Town, number 2 in the boys' triple jump and 4 in the long jump. And finally, Lauren Vanetta-Stein from Brewer, number 5 in the girls' triple jump. Speaking of New England, let's talk Patriots. On Friday, the Pats completed their OTAs before starting mandatory minicamp on Monday. There was an optimistic atmosphere within the team, especially from the offense, as things really get into the preseason swing. With the Patriots' woes in 2022, having Bill O'Brien back in Foxborough is a welcome jolt. O'Brien helped lead the team to a top 3 offense and a conference title back in 2011 in his only prior season as Pats OC. And if you ask Kendrick Bourne, he's picking up right where he left off.
He's doing well. He knows how to engage with all of us. I feel like he knows our traits right now, and he knows where to put us. So it's been good. Just we're still learning each other as a group. but he's doing well. You can tell he knows what he's doing.
Okay, now let's move to some playoff baseball. Class D North semifinal over at Husson Saturday. Number 2 Bangor Christian up against number 3 Woodland, and this one was wild. It was a quiet one early. No hits either side through 4.5 innings, but that's when it hit the fan. Top 6, 1-0 Patriots. Great bunt by Woodland's Cyrus Sewell. Perfectly placed. Ethan Coleman slides in just to beat the throw. We are tied at 1. Bottom 6, BC's Ryan Libby skies one to deep right. The play is made, but tagging is Jason Libby, and he scores. It's 2-1. Now, top 7, Dragons down to the final strike of the season. But Seth Nicholas says, I don't think so. It goes towards the corner. Jack Downing rounding third and scoring to tie the game. Oh, baby, a triple. We go to extras. Bottom 9, bases loaded with 2 out. Conrad Straubel a rocket to first. Trouble with the play at first. Ryan Libby scores, and that walks it off. The Patriots head to the regional final and win 3-2 in a 9-inning thriller. Now to Class D softball semifinal. Number 2 PVHS against number 3 Southern Aroostook. Bottom 4, Howlers up 1-0. Kelly Williams rolls one up the middle just through the gap. Lauren Vino scores, and it's 2-0. Top 6, 2-1 now. SA's Callie Russell up, and she grounds out to first, but Jenna Brooks scores to tie it. Next batter is Olivia Edmondson. She rolls one through the gap, and Maddie Shields comes home. It's 3-2. Finally, bottom 6, Howlers Abby Farley towards first. They have trouble with it. Emma Potter already scores. Here comes Williams around. They have trouble with that throw, and she slides in safely for what would be the winning run. PVHS advance to the regionals. They win it 4-3. And now let's look at the scores of the other semifinal games from our area. A North baseball semis, number 7 Bangor defeats number 6 Mount Ararat 4-2. Number 8 Edward Little defeats number 4 Messalonsky 6-3. Bangor and Edward Little face each other in the regional final. B North semis, Old Town defeats Lawrence 3-2. Ellsworth defeats Coney 7-3. They'll face each other in the finals. And finally, C North baseball semis, Mattinock over Dexter 8-6. Bucksport over Washington Academy 8-0. Mattinock and Bucksport face each other in the final. Let's go to softball now. A North Skowhegan defeats Messalonsky 5-2. B North semis, Nokomis 2-1 over Old Town. Herman 3-0 over Lawrence. And in the C North semis, Bucksport over Orono 12-4. Mattinock over Narragansett 5-3. Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
No matter what type of dog you have, or cat you have, Frontline Plus lets you take them everywhere, no matter how you define it. Frontline, the #1 name in flea and tick protection.
Dave Matthews Band Live. Friday, June 16th, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. On sale Friday at 10 a.m. at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com. Pre-order the new album, Walk Around the Moon, now.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Summer can't come soon enough. And by the time it gets here, it flies by too fast. Here's an idea. Let's start summer sooner. Let's fly someplace warm. Let's fly someplace sunny. Let's start at Bangor International Airport, making tomorrow's memories today. The official airport of summer sooner. The official airport of you. FlyBangor.com.
25 words or less.
First name Urkel.
Oh, Steve. It's all fun and games.
Beauty Mark.
Mole.
Yes! That's the money, y'all!
5 days a week.
On Fox 22.
Yes.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. We're here with Grace Livingston Kramer. She is the Managing Director of Education at Penobscot Theater Company. Grace, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So you're coming on the show today to talk about summer camps.
Yes, we are finally here. It is finally summer in Maine.
Yes, finally.
Yeah.
So these summer camps, they're offered by the theater, and are people still allowed to sign up? What are they? What's offering tickets?
So our first session is our musical, and that is the SpongeBob musical.
Cool.
Yes, we're taking a big splash into summer with that one. And registration is still open until June 22nd for that camp. It is open. Both camps are 7 to 18-year-olds. So really, no matter what age, no matter what level of theater you feel comfortable with, we have spots open and we welcome you to join us.
And how will that work? Well, they'll get to learn how to perform, I guess.
Yeah, so that's a 4-week camp.
Oh, wow.
Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. It's full days of fun.
Yep.
And they will learn singing, dancing, they'll learn blocking, and then they'll perform this awesome show. I am biased, but it is pretty cool, on the Opera House stage at Penobscot Theater Company.
Wow.
So they get to do all this work and then share it with their friends, family, and the community.
Wow.
Yeah.
SpongeBob. So are they wearing costumes? How does that work? What's the makeup like?
Yes.
Who's doing makeup?
So we actually have a full production team, very similar to Main Stage. We're bringing in a costume designer. We're bringing in a sound designer, a lighting designer. Our director is actually coming from Texas. Yes, they just graduated from a university there with a theater degree, and now they're coming up here to put it into good use.
Wow.
And then choreography is by yours truly.
Yes.
But then we have a tech director, we have a technical theater track as well. So we have students who are interested in the behind the scenes magic, and they come in and they help build and help paint and help with costumes and help design how the hair makeup will be. So it really is a full-fledged production for the youth campers.
Very legit for kids who are interested in going into theater.
Yeah. And the entire staff of camp are people that are in theater professionally. So it really is a great opportunity for kids to learn from people that do it every day for their lives.
Yes.
So yeah.
And then networking for them too, especially the older ones.
We've it's really great when we see our older campers then become ensemble members in the Main Stage productions, or go on to universities and colleges and study theater. And actually a bunch of them just graduated, so it's been really great to be like, I remember you from 6th grade. It's really great.
It's a good way to try it out if somebody wants to do it. What do they do if they're interested?
So all you have to do is you have to go to the website, penobscottheater.org, and then you can find all the information on camps. You can also call the box office at 207-942-3333, or you can email me at education@penobscottheater.org.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and we do have a second option as well later in the summer. It's The Little Prince. So it's an adaptation of a very classic story.
Yes.
And those are for kids that maybe aren't quite ready to sing and dance, but just want to do some awesome acting. So the production team is pretty similar. We have a different director, though, coming from Connecticut to work with our students on
I can
this
tell you're
one.
pretty excited about this.
Yes.
I am jazzed, let me tell you what. This is the first full summer back that we are back in our home space at the Bangor Opera House. And you kind of walk in and just kind of the energy in the room is just uplifting and fun. Right now, the Main Stage show is rehearsing Mary Poppins. So you walk in and you have all of that really fun, bouncy, bubbly energy, and then we're getting ready for camp and we're having meetings about it. And the soundtrack for the SpongeBob musical, I don't know if you're familiar, but there are songs by Sarah Bareilles, The Flaming Lips, Steven Tyler from Aerosmith, Cyndi Lauper. I mean, it's hard to not tap your toe to this show. So,
also, SpongeBob appeals to kids of a very wide range. Like, I watched SpongeBob when I was a kid.
And actually, it's more generational than we realized it would be, because now there are parents with kids who grew up watching it, as well as it's kind of made a little bit of a comeback, and so it's going to be great for all ages.
Perfect. Well, if you want to learn more, go to Penobscot Theater Company, penobscottheater.org.
Yes.
Sorry, excuse me.
It's okay.
Either way, we'll put that link. We'll have this interview on foxbangor.com, and we'll put that info in there. Grace, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Of course. We'll send it over to Devin Biggs for our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, here you go. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices. With locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, here we go. Let's talk about the wave heights here. Nothing too much going on here. No advisories in effect along the coast or for the entire state of Maine. Wave heights looking pretty good at around 2 feet. They'll pretty much stay relaxed today. Water temperature still a little cool out there as well. I know today will be a nice day to do things outside. Be careful though if you're going to be near the ocean again, as the water temperatures are remaining rather chilly as we proceed forward. Otherwise though, here's a look at the radar. So again, we have some clouds that are developing out there this morning. We have an area of high pressure kind of parked right overhead, helping to keep some of those clouds away. We'll be watching for those clouds to move in later on today. The parts of tonight, we have an area of low pressure located right about in here. It's going to be tracking from the southwest going to the north and east. That'll give us some rain showers and even a few rumbles of thunder later on to the forecast period. Pretty much starting Tuesday morning, we'll have chances for rain on the way. So for today though, partly cloudy sky will be the general idea. Looking pretty good as we head towards the evening hours tonight as well. By Tuesday morning, chances for rain start to move in. Some showers and even a few rumbles of thunder cannot be ruled out with this as well. We definitely do need the rain, so we'll definitely keep that rolling as we do proceed forward into Tuesday evening too, with a few leftover scattered showers by that point. The ones we head towards Wednesday, that backs off just a little bit. UV index forecast for today, central dry will be at an 8. That's very high. A burn time of 15 minutes. So hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, and shade will be necessary to avoid a bad sunburn. Let's talk about temperatures. We haven't talked about this in a while, right? We had a nice warm stretch in early June, then we really cooled off for the last several days. Then as we went towards Sunday, we were actually above normal at around the upper 70s. So average high temperature is now 74 degrees, lower 80s today. We cool off Tuesday into Wednesday into the 60s and 70s, with rain now will be on the way as well. Then temperatures remain rather consistent after today in the 60s and also some 70s. So overall, not too bad, near to slightly below average temperatures expected after today. Dew points will be up just a bit though, in the upper 50s to lower 60s for the most part though. So you might notice that just a little bit though, but nothing too extreme moving forward there. So your forecast for today, lower 80s and a partly cloudy sky, and at south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. By tonight, middle 50s, mostly cloudy. Some areas of dense fog may develop, and at south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 60s, some morning fog on the way, showers and also breezy out there. Southeast wind at around 25 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. There is a chances for rain as we head towards a Tuesday with highs in the upper 60s. Showers and thunderstorms possible Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Temperatures overall in the 60s and 70s, except for today, will be in the lower 80s.